Alright, what is going on, you guys? If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name's Bryce. I'm the host of this podcast we have here. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It really helps out. But with all that said, let's get right into this week's episode. So you know how like back in school they would teach you that like every day is a new day. You know, like if you were a little bad today, they would be like, it's okay, like clean slate. Tomorrow you'll be fine. Like it's a new day. Bring a new attitude. Nah, they lied to y'all.
No, that's facts. I think if you just go back to the compounding effect, that's a book we both really liked.
Yeah.
And it basically just said like your actions throughout your entire life is what's going to lead to an outcome of whether you desire it or not. So like I look at it as I heard it said this way is like if you take a plane starting from New York and it's supposed to go to LA, if you put it if you change the direction of it just 1%, you'll end up in like San Francisco, or a completely different target. And that's
Yeah.
just with a small 1% change. And or like you can also look at it, we said it like this, because mind you, this podcast is recorded again because
Yeah.
of technical difficulties. But
We're
also
gonna act like we didn't talk about this shit already.
yeah, but it's all good. But it's kind of like when you're in the tree stand though, and your
Uh-huh.
car is straight down. If you go just a little to the right, you're not gonna end up in the car.
Yep.
You might
Yep.
not even end up on the road.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So if you start your day bad, and you keep it going, the next day is just going to be as bad.
Yeah.
You have to correct your actions first,
Yep.
and then that's what's actually going to lead you to the next better day and the next better day.
So basically, today's results were yesterday's actions.
100%.
That's how I like to word it. Whole social media thing, it's very easy to see these channels just blow up out of nowhere. And you're like, damn, like overnight success, they did that. Nope. 5 years before that, they were grinding, sitting there thinking, how am I going to be success? And then finally,
Yeah.
snaps off. So I really try to live my life by doing good today so I can be even better tomorrow.
Yeah, and you know what teaches that lesson? Hangovers.
Yep, yep.
100%. Like is exactly what it is. You spent your life drinking, doing something your body really doesn't want you to do, and then the next morning you pay for it. It's the results of the day before is what's gonna lead to the next day.
You pay for it as hard as you go that night, you pay for it just as hard the next morning. Y'all know
Exactly.
exactly what I'm talking about. too.
100%. That's exactly how it works.
That's a lesson a lot of people have been through. But yeah, basically going out is like, I heard it this way, it's like stealing happiness from tomorrow.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's so true. You go out, you get that dopamine spike, you're letting loose, and then it's like tomorrow hits and you wake up and you're like, oh, why am I so depressed? Why don't I feel good? Like, I'm never going to be anyone. Then it's like, well, maybe if you wouldn't have done that, you'd have went to bed at a decent time.
Yeah, I want to talk about this. This is off topic, but
Go ahead.
I want people to understand how important like the stomach is and the microbiome of your stomach and what you're eating, because I remember one of our early podcasts we talk about the stomach is basically your second brain.
Yep, yep.
It's responsible of over 90% of your serotonin, and that's like your happiness chemical. And I feel like a lot of people like that are depressed right now or like aren't happy with themselves and
Yeah.
don't feel good. You go and look at what they're eating,
Yep.
and I think that plays a pretty big role. Like
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't-
shout
you know
out,
what I'm
shout out
saying?
Mickey D's. They got the 50-cent cheeseburger right now.
I'm going to Wendy's, bro. One
Yeah.
cent, baby. 1 cent.
Yeah, don't do that. As we're talking about all this, but like, quick little bite to eat, go get yourself a burger. Wendy's is $1.
1 cent.
1 cent.
1
1 cent burgers
That
at
can't be
Wendy's.
real. I don't know if that's real or not, but if it is,
Fake news.
I think it might be a thing.
Should
We'll
we
find
go?
out. Yeah. Oh, dude. I'm buy like what's $10 get me? 10,000 or 1,000 cheeseburgers. We'll just start handing people out. Oh, we should do
There's
that.
1,000 cheeseburgers.
Yeah, 1,000 cheeseburgers, and then like just start handing them out to people.
I'd be down. That'd be fire.
Feed the homeless for a month.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
We might have to run that up. We'll look into that. But we got the TV set up here for y'all today. So basically, we're just gonna each week probably pull up a couple clips, react to it on the TV, talk about it, and so then it'll just give you guys a little bit more of a visual of what we're talking about, play some current events, and rock with it.
You jumping the gate and going at you?
Yeah.
Was it just your affiliation with Connor? Or were you
No, me
talking
and him,
to?
I was posting him drinking whiskey and shit like that, and he was like, and like one of his managers messaged me like, "We're gonna fuck you in the ass," and I was like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?" During that whole fight, Khabib was going at me, Islam was going at me, and I kind of saw it kind of getting like that. You know, I never expected him to jump, but then he was pointing at me, and I went like that, and then he just jumped.
Was that the biggest UFC moment of all time?
I think it has
Yeah,
to be, yeah.
of course.
I mean, we won that little brawl too. Connor was knocking people on top of the cage. I was hitting people down. It was a fucking mad scene.
The most viral clip ever.
I still have the Snapchat picture of like me at my old house, of that like right before the main event.
Mm-hmm.
I still have that. I think I still have that picture. If I do, I'll pull it up for you guys. But that was like the peak of me getting into MMA, like starting to really follow Conor McGregor, seeing him versus Khabib. That was probably the coolest fight to ever watch.
I think it was the biggest.
Oh, it was
Wasn't
the biggest.
Yeah, like there was so much hype built behind it, so much hatred.
Oh yeah. He broke the internet when he threw that dolly into the bus, and then that's like what sparked Khabib, because I think it all led from Khabib, like, and his crew like cornered one of Conor McGregor's teammates, and then Conor McGregor went after him, and in the press conference, Conor was just taking shots of whiskey at the press conference, and then, the fight was as expected, but then when Khabib jumped over the cage, it was like crazy. Like you could tell at first, like all the camera crew was like trying to film it, and then they like all like Dana was like, "Get off! Like don't film that. I don't want that to be part of this." Like, so they like zoom out real heavy, and then I'm pretty sure they didn't give Khabib the belt, like after that fight, like in the ring.
Oh yeah.
I think that was like a big thing.
Was that the fight where it was like, it was either DC or Dana was like, I can't give you the belt. Like if I give you the belt, they're gonna start throwing bottles and stuff like that. It was that night.
Yeah, but there's never been anything like that to go down really since then.
Well, one, they were like two of the best fighters at the time.
Yep.
And two, I think it has to do a lot with the culture difference. You know, and that strict Muslim faith. One, like stuff like what Dylan Danis does, like as trolling people.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you don't make fun of like the women. You don't make fun of him drinking because that's against their religion. And and everything Connor said, like it was like truthfully like disrespectful, even though like it's like just shit talking to us, like to them like that's like truthfully disrespectful.
Yeah.
And that's how he took it, and he took it as like actual threats, like actual like disrespect, and Khabib like genuinely hated him, like wanted to hurt him for it.
One of the funnier parts about it was like Khabib's dad like publicly coming out saying he's gonna punish Khabib when he gets home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that being like a big thing, and like thinking about it in today's culture, like if that was in America, the police would have been on the way to the dad's house.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it would have been
that's
blown
true.
way out of proportion.
Yeah.
I wonder
that's
what his
true.
beating was. Probably just carry a big rock up a hill.
Yeah, fight a bear.
Fight a bear. Yeah, honestly, maybe.
Yes.
But alright, let's roll the next clip. Little Bedros Keuilian.
Extra onions, double cheese, hold the sauce with a Diet Coke because you're on a diet, but extra crispy French fries. And then you watch that motherfucker come down to you and you get frustrated to the idea that my food is 3 minutes late. And here I am in my fucking loose PJs and my slip-on Crocs with Cheeto dust in my belly button from lunch, waiting for my Jolly Burger to arrive. Like, that's how comfortable life has gotten. So what are you doing then to actually achieve some level of hardship so that you could overcome it and meet the higher version of yourself? You've gotten so comfortable that you'll order your
As low as you can get to now where he's at, helping young men and men just become their higher selves and develop. But I think everything he said, like we talk about this, and now they're making it easy to be fat, to be eating shit. But the whole point of that, everything in today's society is so easy. It's just so true. Like you can DoorDash your food to your house. And then you're gonna bitch when it comes late, and then you're gonna leave a bad review because it's right there on your phone. It's so easy.
Yeah. I think it also, like, the other thing he touched on is, like, obviously he comes at it in a very harsh, like, almost, like, father-like point of view.
Oh yeah.
But I think another thing he touched on that was like really important is like the oxymoron of people's diet. Like they'll be like, oh, like I'm on a diet, so I'm gonna drink a Diet Coke,
Yep,
then I'm gonna
yep.
get French fries, and it's like pick a side.
Mhm.
You know, you can't eat unhealthy and then mess it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
like the people like that go out and they get a cheeseburger with fries and then they get the Diet Coke because they're on a diet or they're trying to like be calorie
Uh-huh.
conscious. It's like, dude, you already messed it all up.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No.
I should aspire to go that extreme, but like I think it helped us as people. You know, there's not much in life that's a whole lot harder than that.
But I mean that kind of shows though, because how did it feel after we got that water and after we got that food? It was hot, bro.
Yeah, oh, when you got on the scale and you made weight,
Oh
you're
yeah.
like,
It's like the job is done, but it was really hard to get there, and that's like what Bedros was touching on is if you're gonna be lazy, you're gonna take the easy route, you're gonna get really poor, really bad results from that. But if you take the hard route, you work your ass off, you're gonna get an easier path.
yeah, or just a better outcome.
Yeah, a better outcome, freedom, financial freedom, mental freedom, like
And happiness.
Yeah,
like there's no way like if your life is that easy, like you eat crap food, you don't really have to do anything. You don't shop your own groceries, you don't make your own food. Like everything in life is just basically handed to you
Yep.
and you just become a slob of a person. I don't know if anyone can genuinely like just not anyone, but like I don't feel like most people are gonna be like truly fulfilled in their life.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I agree
Like
100%.
that's like I get like it's the most ideal thing in the world, but like that can't be the happiest you're gonna be.
Oh no. And you know, it's like when we talk about like when we want to go celebrate our wins and it's like then it makes it like that much better because we went hard to get there. We earned it. You know what I mean? And these
Mhm.
people are just like doing easy shit, drinking every day, using the drugs they shouldn't be using every day. They didn't earn it. It doesn't feel good, and it adds up.
Mhm.
Like no, tomorrow's not a new day because you know you're gonna wake up and do the same shit, and then after a week, after a month of that, then next thing you know, you don't have any money. You're not happy with your life. You don't look good in the mirror.
Yeah, and like that's the biggest thing is like I feel like when people don't look good in the mirror to them, like that's where like a lot of unhappiness comes
Oh
from.
yeah.
Like, because how are you supposed to like love anyone or like be like absolutely happy
hmm
if you're not even happy with yourself? Full of love, like you can't love anyone and like want other people to win and like be happy for people. Like when you win, there isn't an ounce of jealousy in me.
Yeah. Oh
Even when you like beat me and stuff,
yeah.
there isn't an ounce of jealousy. There
Uh-huh.
isn't an ounce of contempt.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
I'm totally happy to watch you win, but that's because I'm happy about me.
Yep.
You know, or like when like Jack does like anything good, you know, I'm not like jealous of it. I'm
Yeah.
not like, cause he's killing it,
Uh
you
huh.
know, and I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
freaking love it. Like it makes me happy because I'm happy about myself.
Uh huh. And I think it's also very easy. Like, say you don't look good in the mirror, you're not happy with yourself. Wake up and go on a walk. Get a workout. Get a sweat in. Eat good that day. Wake up the next day. Tell me how you feel. You might feel exactly the same, but at least you know in your subconscious mind that the day before you actually worked to be a little bit better. You stack up 10, 15, 20 days, a month, and then month two is going to come around and you're going to be like, well, I'm a month deep. I can't not work out today. I can't go to McDonald's. I can't go get that frappe from Starbucks. You know, I'm a month deep. Why would I stop now?
Yeah.
So I feel like just stepping your foot into that higher self version of you, trying to become the 2.0. I think that's so important, and it can seem like a giant task. It can seem overwhelming, but just start small. And this next clip should provide the motivation you need for that.
Oh yeah.
Little David Goggins.
You want to be the baddest motherfucker ever at what you do? You're going to be misunderstood by everybody. Because you're going to be so fucking obsessed and so driven to get there. That's what it takes.
That's true.
It takes every second of your fucking life. Anybody says balance? Yeah, balance is important for a lot of fucking people. It is. But if you want to fucking go to that edge where people do not like you, don't understand you, question everything you fucking do, you've arrived. If you want to be great.
I love it.
How's that feel, bro? That just gets me so fired up, bro.
I love it.
David Goggins is a dangerous man to listen to, bro. He be having me want to do some dangerous shit. But that's so spot on because, like you were just saying, if you start that fitness journey and you're around people who are not doing it, who are eating bad, they're going to try to hold you back. They don't want to see you succeed. You know what I mean? So it's taking that opposite path. Because you know inside when you take that step, you know inside that this is the right way. Don't let those other people hold you back.
Well, yeah, it's just get out of the group think.
Yep.
You know, do what you know is right, or what you just feel is right.
Mhm.
Like I think everyone's smart enough to understand. Like, I get like not everyone agrees with this point of view,
Yeah, yeah.
but I feel like people are smart enough to figure out like, oh, that's probably gonna be better. Is it easier? No, but would it actually impact me in a positive way? 100%. And like in that clip, obviously it's like the the far extreme. You know, like that's what, like almost where we were like us being water deprived and starving
Yeah.
type of stuff. But you know that's why we got so much better. You know, that's why we were able to do the things we were able to do and succeed in that realm. But also it's like if you ever want to be at the top, you know, what I mean, you got to take it too far.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you ever want to get like really really good at something, you have to put in so much time, so much effort, so much of yourself into that to where you're going to sacrifice a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Like obviously most people aren't going to do that. But you know, you can tone it back just a little bit, you know, and do like the balance he was talking about and find your path and what you can do as a lifestyle.
Yep.
You know, but like I just like listen to that cuz like it makes me just want to go crazy.
Oh, it fires me up. And it's like, you got to look at the big groups. So if you're in shape and if you're fit, you're probably around people who are also in shape, who are also fit. If you're not in shape, you're going out to get fast food. You're probably going with your friends. You're probably going with the people around you to do those things. But if we're around people who are dropping down every 30 minutes to do 50 push-ups, I'm not just going to sit and watch them.
Yeah.
If I'm around people who are going out to get fast food, I'm not just going to watch them eat that burger, especially if it's 1 cent. I'm going to buy 10 of them.
Yeah, I'm getting a couple burgers.
So that big group and who you surround yourself with and who you watch and who you look up to, who you want to be is an outcome of your surroundings.
I think
for
that's
sure.
a great point about who you watch. Like what you're consuming on a daily basis. I think people need to start realizing because like I see there's a couple people I know that are watching some interesting stuff every single day.
Uh-huh.
And that's all they watch all day. And it's like
Or what is that? What's that author's name? The books.
oh, the Colleen Hoover,
Yep.
the porn books. Yeah, like that's just literary porn. You know what I mean? It's like
Yep.
come on, read a freaking book that is like good for you or like you learn something.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the whole idea of a book is to learn something, you know. Like obviously there's some entertainment behind it. I'm not dissing on Colleen Hoover. You know, I'm sure she's a great author. I never read any of her books. But you know, it's like it's what you're like filling your mind with, you know. Is it a phase where it's like if it's good for me, then I ingest it. If I think it has some sort of merit or value to it, then I take it in. You know, if it's just mindless BS, I try my best to stay away from it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you get sucked in every once in a while, or I'll be with my girlfriend and we'll be watching a couple clips on our phone. But like,
Yeah.
most of the time, at least when I'm by myself, if I'm ingesting anything, you know, it's a podcast about money, it's a podcast about taxes, it's a podcast about running a business, how to scale,
Yep.
you know, and you know, mindset, stuff like that, you know. Like some of this Goggins stuff, you know, get me pumped up before the gym. You know, like stuff that like is motivational and gets you moving, puts you in the right headspace to get some work done. You know, like that's the stuff I'm trying to, and I'm constantly trying to learn too. Like I'm young and I've totally accepted the fact that I don't know everything, and like I don't even think I've even hit 50% of my potential.
Yeah.
We were talking about that today. Like I feel like I'm only at 30%. Like I still have so much to learn. I still have so much to grow. And like I don't even want to be at the top. Like I don't even want to be at my max. Cause if this is my max, and I'm not getting anywhere in life.
Yeah.
You know, and like I just feel like there's so much growth to be done, especially at our young age. And like I feel like most of our viewers, they're still relatively young, you know, and have plenty of time to grow and become better people. So it's like just stop ingesting this BS, this mindless BS, because that's kind of the goal of the app. The goal of the app is just to stimulate you and keep you on it as long as possible and potentially get sales out of you. But like right now, the currency that's super valuable is the currency of attention.
Yep. Yep.
And the more you're focused on your phone, the less you're focused on the things that are important in your life. Fitness, even if you don't have your own business, going out and like working at your best, like
Mr. Beast, that those Netflix series, those Netflix shows, like it's very easy to go on and watch that, but it's hard. It's hard to take that switch and only watch self-improvement stuff, fitness stuff, how to run a business, how to do taxes, but at the same time, we have things on that little device. And it's crazy because nobody ever had opportunity like we have in this day and age. They never experienced anything like this. Like, we are learning from millionaires at the touch of a button, which is
Yeah.
just a crazy thing to think about.
or mechanics or carpenters
Uh-huh.
or anything like if, my Camaro, for example, like it has a different fuel system than my old Mazda,
Yeah.
and I didn't know how to change the oil
You know what's
filter on
funny?
that,
So,
bam, now I know.
so I'm pretty sure this is real weird that I remember this, but Weibel?
Mhm.
So basically, like years ago, we were at, I think, like he had a cookout or something. I don't know how this came to mind, but he was like we were having problems with our washer. And he was like go on this YouTube thing, like you can figure out how to fix anything.
Yeah.
And I heard him say that, and now it's like, well, yeah, you used to be able to learn how to fix a washing machine. Now you can learn how to literally start a business.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing to think about.
Yeah, people make tons of money on YouTube, or just on the app itself, like it's opened so many new doors to information, and like it's there if you want it,
Mhm.
like I actually have two different separate YouTube accounts.
Okay.
So like for me, there are times like where like if it's like late at night and I'm not trying to like get pumped up,
Mhm.
because like all my stuff is like self improvement.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like real pumped up stuff. So like I've one account for that, and that's like what I have like pretty much all the time. So like all my podcasts and stuff on that, and all the self improvement. And I have another account
Yeah.
if I do just want to like watch a little something
Uh-huh.
and goof around a little bit. I have it.
That's like where I feel like I really want this show to go. And it's really like inspiring me and showing, because I want something that is entertaining, but at the same time it's not just poison to your brain. I want to teach you guys and show you guys things that we're doing, because we're trying to level up, and like I just want to help people, man. Like I know we're in a time where it's like hard. Like it's
Yeah.
not, you don't know what to think. You don't know what's right or wrong. Like they're trying to get you to pick a side politically, and like if you feel like you're against something, then you feel like you're doing something wrong there. If you feel different, or just the whole society today is just weird. It's a hard place to be a part of, especially as a young kid. And I just want to help some people watching this
Yeah.
show. Like I hope it's entertaining. I hope they get good value out of it. And
Well, yeah, I just want to keep dumping value. Like obviously, as we learn stuff, we could even do like real estate segments. We could. That's
Mhm.
something I know. You're really diving deep into the social media. You're learning how to do.
you should start that up, a real estate thing.
Yeah, we were thinking about it. Me and Jack were talking about that.
If
Possibly doing
I
that
feel
when
like
we have
that could
time.
be, even in a year, that could be a big move, like teaching people.
Yeah, I mean, we have the knowledge to do it, and I feel like a lot of people could gain a lot of value from it.
But
We
let's
could
also
even do a little segment like on this if people wanted that. We could talk about how I use real estate to make money.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
But so the social media thing, like it does suck, because as soon as you get on that app, you see a 20-year-old kid, 25-year-old kid with a Lambo living in a mansion, and then you automatically like think a certain way or feel a certain way about that. But this, I guess, I don't know how these lead together, but this was kind of interesting to me, figuring out the thing about being a plumber compared to being a doctor. Within the first like 15 to 20 years, it'll take the doctor 20 years to catch up to the net worth of the plumber, which I think is crazy, because it almost seems like how I was brought up, at least, like you want to look at a doctor like he's this prestigious, like as a society, they're not respected as much as doctors.
No.
And I feel like that should change. Like I feel like a lot of people we went to school with out here in Spring Grove, like they were just hard workers, and like I don't know if some of them might have felt a certain way about becoming a plumber, but it's like we need plumbers now. You're getting a decent amount of money, and I don't think they get any of the amount of respect that they deserve.
No, not
It's
at
just
all.
crazy how it's pushed upon us. Like
Yeah.
you would never think that. Like when I heard that, I was like, nah, can't be right. And I literally paid apprenticeship. He starts at about 32K. After 4 years, when he's done his apprenticeship, he'll be at 60K. So for the next after 7 years, he'll be at about $300,000. At this same point in time, guys, a doctor is minus $300,000 in debt, which is just crazy to think about.
300 to 400.
When it was about like I got to 14 years, the med student will be at 770K and the plumber will be at 728K.
So it takes about 17 years to.
Give or take. That was just
match.
very quick
Yeah.
numbers, but that was super interesting to me. So I guess don't be scared if that's what you want to do. Like save your money, be a plumber. Like I think, and if you see somebody in work boots, like buy them lunch. Do something cool for them, like Jay Waller says.
Yeah, I like that message.
I like that a lot. We need those guys, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're gonna need them in the next 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
In the next 20 years, everything's gonna get very simple, and very basic, and no one's gonna know how to do all this stuff. And everybody's been frying their brains on short form content, and it's not the stuff that I was just talking about, like learning and trying to get better. It's the majority of people are gonna just be frying their brains.
Yeah.
With useless, just funny clips, and there's gonna be a time where we're gonna need like plumbers, we're gonna need tradesmen, we're gonna need construction workers, because everything still needs to get built. Landscapers, like all that stuff, like all the trades and everything like that. Like there's gonna be a giant need, and I think like those are gonna be that's gonna be like the new hack. What like in probably 20-30 years when the older generation stops working and retires, like the next get rich quick is go be a plumber.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think it's gonna be a real thing.
All right, we got some viewer questions. So, who would be a dream person to have on the podcast?
Damn.
See, I wrote Sean O'Malley, which is like a pretty big one. Then Tommy G. Tommy G, if you're watching YouTube, entertainment wise, I love his stuff. Absolute amazing YouTuber. Awesome guy, great message.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
And then I have Steve will do it.
He'd be cool.
That'd be awesome. Because he's like, he did all that. He did the delinquent bad things, got a lot of views, made a lot of money doing it. And now he's like dialed back, trying to like do all this healthy stuff to become better, which I think is super cool.
Yeah, he's probably has one of the coolest life paths.
I mean, if he brought Selena too, that would be pretty dope. But you got anyone off the top of your head?
Patrick Bet David.
Oh, that would be fire.
He's my dream like podcast, because he's one of the best conversationalists in the world, easily. He's podcasted everyone, has a great life story. He's already made it. I love his message. He's probably my favorite person to watch. Patrick Bet David. And like Alex Hormozy. Those two are my two favorites.
They would be cool.
Like, and they're obviously like really big into like the, like bettering yourself and running a business aspect of entertainment. But like, I love those guys. Those would be my dreams.
See, they would be so dope to have on, because I wouldn't even like, I'd get into those topics, the business topics, but at the same time, I would try to just make it like a fun, entertaining episode. Like, I'd be like, screw that stuff. Like, what's Alex Hormozy do for fun?
Yeah.
Like, what's his getaway?
He'd probably just sit.
He'd probably say, I sit on my computer. I'd be like, that's not good enough. Nope. I know you have something else. But yeah, they would be cool. And then, okay, so what was your vision? Iman. Oh, yeah, that'd be dope.
Dude, he's someone.
There's so many.
Yeah.
It's impossible. But what was your like first vision or dream as a kid? So you know how like most kids are like, oh, I want to be a firefighter or NFL football player.
I wanted to be a Navy SEAL.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And that was like, I don't know what it was. I just like, even as a kid, for me, I don't know. I must have just been wired weird, but like I wanted to do the hardest training possible. Like that's literally how it was, like from an early age. Like that's the whole reason I got into wrestling, because like I was like, oh, what's the hardest thing I can do?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
That's what I wanted to do. And like ever since I was a kid, there was just something about doing the hardest thing imaginable, to where I was like, that's what I want to do. And like obviously, not much about the world, being a Navy SEAL is pretty friggin' hard.
Oh, it's hard.
So that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was trying to think about this. I can't really think other than like wrestling goals.
Mhm.
I guess that was kind of like my first like passion
Yeah.
that I was really into. But I always saw that wrestling was like, to a certain point, I realized it wasn't like a foreseeable like thing for me in the future. But yeah, I guess that was my first like dream, and I don't know, I miss those days. That was fun. Like, but it's almost cool now. I'm getting back into having those big goals and like
Mhm.
making it fun, trying to chase them. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I think you just had a little bit of a lost period.
Oh my
from,
God, yeah,
From wrestling till now. That's all
yeah.
it was.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, I think we're figuring it out. I mean, I'm working hard to try to at least figure it out.
I'm super excited for what's to come. And
Hopefully it's good, bro. I'm sorry, you guys. It's been rough, but the video quality will be fire from here on out. We're gonna have an extra mic. We'll have 2 cameras now, so we're gonna be able to have more guests on. That's why we haven't been having as much guests. I wanted to get everything finalized. Hoping y'all are liking this setup. But
oh yeah, so now we can start having people on again.
yeah,
Start interviewing some cool people. Maybe have Tom on the podcast. Have
yep.
a couple people in the pipeline. And honestly, like I'd be cool with having like T Mike on the podcast again.
Oh yeah,
See what he's up to, because I'm
Mhm.
sure he's another I just love talking to him because he's always like learning
oh yeah.
and like figuring new
He's a super
stuff
cool
out.
guy.
Yeah, he's like a wizard. You
Even
know what I
bring
mean?
just friends. Jeremy, bring him on. Like
Yeah, bring Jeremy on.
that'd be dope.
That'd be fun.
All right.
I hate the aerodyne.
I
I hate the
I thought
aerodyne.
you would say running.
Yeah, running. I
Running.
hate running.
I was trying to think of something, man. I don't know, public speaking. I don't love public speaking.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
What else is like hard? I hate cold calling.
You hate the
Cold-
cold plunge. You won't do the cold
Oh yeah,
plunge.
cold plunge too. Hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that with passion.
I wish we could pull up that little voicemail you got.
You want me to?
Yeah, whip it out. Why not? Pull it up. This is what I've been experiencing in a day of real estate. Oh God. Scratch that. Scratch that. A little mishap going on over there. Play that though.
Yeah.
This is real funny.
We own your property. You cocksuckers, stop calling me. Fucking hiding. I wish I knew where the fuck you lived so I'd come and fucking punch you in the face. I don't need you calling my fucking phone. No, please don't call my fucking phone.
That I was like, this is just great.
Yeah, man, it's a daily occurrence. Which honestly, I don't even blame them. You know what I mean? Some people don't want to sell their house, and not even mad at him. He was mad at me though.
You know.
Yeah, he was pissed. But then he ended up texting me. I don't know. I must have lived in his dreams that night, because he like texted me the next day. So alright, this is the story behind him. Is like, so I meant to call. Well, I called him because I couldn't get a hold of the person I wanted to.
Okay.
And he lives right next to him. Like, right
Okay.
across the street.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get a hold of him, and I was talking about, because the guy across the street's going to the sheriff's sale, and he's gonna lose his house in like a month or so.
I'm still laughing about that picture fall over. But go ahead. Go ahead.
He's gonna like lose his house in a month or so, so it's like, you know, let us buy it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, make some money. And I was trying to get a hold of that guy, and then he was not happy.
He was really not. He must be getting calls all day.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, these people get pestered. I feel bad, but oh well.
All right, but we didn't talk about this. The AI thing is AI taking over? Is it gonna melt our brains?
I don't think it's gonna melt your brain. It's not like advanced enough to it doesn't like do anything.
I feel like it's as simple as just it's basically today's generations of when farmers got their first tractor.
I think it's just like Google.
It's like Google, but different.
Well, it's like Google when Google first came out. You know, it's just like, oh,
That's
here's
true.
a search engine. You know, like this is just like a more optimal Google. Like honestly, like
It's scary though.
it's. I mean, the way it's heading, it might.
Yeah.
But as for what it is right now, it doesn't
Oh
have
yeah,
much
yeah, yeah.
utility.
Hear this. So now they're making these things. I don't know if it's like a clip-on or what it is. It's an AI unit that'll measure how hard workers are working and their output for the day. They're gonna start clipping people up in factories
yeah.
with these.
And they're doing that in China.
Are they? I'm
Right
sure
now.
they are.
They're doing it in China right now, and they clip it onto the kid.
The kid.
Yeah, and it measures how well they sleep
Hmm.
and how much the screen time they're getting
Yeah.
and how well their brain's thinking, and then it takes them to the class and how well they're performing in class, like due to like all of the different variables.
Yeah.
And then the parent gets a sheet every week about like how well the kid's sleeping and how well they're performing on their tests and stuff. Like they're already doing that.
It's scary.
Yeah, that's
That is scary.
but this is the thing. It's like China's doing this, right? They're making superhumans.
Hmm.
Like those kids are gonna be smart as hell. They're gonna be optimized to as good as these kids can get.
Yeah, but what are they gonna be smart at?
Everything probably.
Yeah. Maybe.
Arithmetic, freaking like stuff that might not matter, like truthfully, but like they're gonna be.
Arithmetic.
I don't know. You know what I mean? But like those kids are gonna be like optimized. Like,
Yeah.
they're making like little like superhumans, and then you have kids in America, fat and obese
Eating
and
the
lazy.
1 cent burgers.
Yeah, eating the 1 cent burgers, and you wonder why America is not the superpower anymore.
Yep.
Like,
Spot on.
That's what's gonna happen. Because like obviously like right now we're still #1, but not for long.
Yep.
We're not gonna be for long.
It's
Not
a very interesting
how we're
time.
doing. Like it's not possible. You can't sustain this. We will lose to someone like China. We will lose to someone like Russia,
Hmm.
who is like they're not letting all this leftist liberal BS flood their brains,
Yeah.
and they're still sticking to their traditional values. They're still working hard, and like China's even taking it to the next step and like making little superhuman babies. Yeah, like dude, how are we gonna compete with that when we sit there and fry our brains all day?
Yeah.
Like we're screwed, bro.
It's a wild thing, but was the Joe Biden impeachment, was that real? I don't think it was.
I didn't see that.
I heard something on it, looked it up. I don't know. But we'll wrap it up. That was a banger. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I hope y'all like the new setup. Camera coming next week for y'all. Video quality is gonna be fire. But hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join us on this journey. Hit that link below if you need any daily utensils, daily needs, whatever
Yes,
you might
sir.
need. Hit that link below. Buy something from our
Supplements.
store. It helps the podcast.
It does.
But appreciate you guys. Peace out.